Why you gotta lick me all the time, huh? Why you gotta lick me all the time? It's okay. My little high anxiety muffin. Gonna wait a couple seconds, see who decides to show up, even though it's 12:30 and not 2 o'clock. We'll see. We'll see if anybody decides to come. We'll give it a minute. Hello, hello. I hopped on early. I psyched all of you out. Hi from Florida. Oh, I will be there so soon. I can feel it. I can feel it. Diane, hello. Hello, my friends. Happy Friday. Hi, Tracy. Trying to figure out how to get comfortable. Joy is here from Texas. Nice. Is it warm there? Or is it not so warm there? I don't actually know. Texas is very large. Gets down into the 40s at night. Where in Florida are you? Hi, Beth. Gracie says hi too. My little anxious booger. Oh, this little stinker. I tell you what. Humid and 78 and raining. Hello, Monica. Rose is here. Hi from Louisville. What are you watching? You are watching what I call my weekly weigh-in, although the conversation usually strays pretty far from that, depending on who shows up and who wants to hang out and talk about whatever. You're also watching a very apparently sad and cuddly Yorkie, which that's not my dog. I don't know who this is. Oh, hi, Lissa. Yeah, so we can jump right in with the facts if we want. That you want to go? You want to go? Okay, great. True story. I gained a pound, and although to justify it, I ate like a jerk. I completely deserved it. 110% deserved it. However, I didn't weigh in last week. Remember? And last week was my birthday week and all that jazz. So I don't actually know. I don't know where I stood last week. So it's very possible that I still had a loss, but I had a 1 pound gain from the last time I recorded my weight. And I deserved it because I flat out ate like a jerk this week, and I know it, and it's not cool. It's really not cool. And it was one of those weeks that I couldn't stop. It was so. Apparently you're still carrying around all that jazz. I might be, but like I said, I ate like a jerk this week. So there's a very solid possibility I didn't gain on my birthday week, and this was all this past week. I have no idea. But I deserved it, and it's okay. It's fine. I'm getting focused. So I've been working on my goal planner for 2020, and I've been really starting to buckle down and hone in on what I want, how I want to verbalize my goals for 2020. And the way that I am putting my weight loss goal out there. So the way the power sheets are, I use the Cultivate What Matters power sheets. They're fantastic. I absolutely love them. And the way it's broken down is you get 8 big picture goals. 8 goals. I actually have them written on this little piece of paper that called your goals at a glance. I'm still at a loss for what my last goal is going to be, but I have 7 of the 8 ones figured out. And I decided that this year 2020, my big picture goal for health and fitness was not going to be goal weight. That's not my big picture goal. I actually want to show you. Hang on. Let me grab it. Excuse the mess in the office. I answered my P.O. Box mail this morning. I sent out a ton of stuff. You guys are killing it in the Christmas card game. And I got so many sweet birthday and Thanksgiving cards as well. I responded to everything I've gotten so far. It took me over an hour today. Hello, Barb. Welcome. So this is my Cultivate What Matters power sheets for 2020. And you go through all of this work at the beginning to kind of, figure yourself out, decide what your legacy, what really matters, what really truly matters to you, what worked this past year, what didn't, all that jazz. But here we go. I am not ashamed to show you guys this. This is what one page of the goals is. So up here is my little color coding flag. Lindsay, hello. It is good to see you. How are you? Oh my goodness, it's been really a hot minute. So what you put is you put your goal for this year. So like the big goal, the goal you want to check off. And then they ask you why. It has the positive effect of taking action on this goal may have on me and others. What is at stake if I don't do it? Thinking about where you are now, your starting point, and where you want to be at the end of this year, what needs to happen in the in-between, brainstorm what needs to happen. And then over here, you have mini goals. So if you see, the color is where the mini goal begins, and then underneath it, you have 3 separate action items for the mini goal to get you to the big goal. Does that make sense? And as you can see, one of my mini goals is goal weight. Is this backwards to you guys? Because it's backwards to me. One of my mini goals is goal weight, but I don't have a number in mind yet, but it's not the big picture goal. Can you see what that says? My big picture goal is I am in the best shape of my life. That's the goal that I am striving for in 2020. Goal weight happens to be a part of that, but when I'm thinking about my health and fitness goal for the year, I'm not thinking about goal weight. That's not a part of it. It is one of the mini goals that I have, but in terms of the big picture goal, when I get up and I go work out or I'm doing my eating or whatever, the thing in my head is not going to be the scale. The thing in my head is going to be the best shape of my life. What does that mean? What does being in the best shape of your life mean? Sure, it means getting down to goal. Absolutely. But it also means being strong. It also means having the most energy that you've ever had in your entire life, right? Because when you are truly in the best shape of your life, you've got the energy to back that up. What else does it mean? It means you are rocking your clothes that you want to be rocking. It means that your body confidence is through the roof. It means that you can do things that you've never been able to do before. It's so much more than just the goal weight. And so I'm hoping that focusing. Oh, I just clicked the button. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm making a mess over here. I'm a hot mess today, guys. Oh my gosh. My husband insisted on watching the hockey game when he got home from work last night, which means we didn't get to bed until close to midnight, which is not cool when 5:30 a.m. is when your alarm goes off. So I'm a little bit of a hot mess today. Totally forgot what I was saying. But the goal weight is part of the big picture goal. And I'm really excited about what that mindset shift in this, in the power sheets is going to help do for me. It's like the number on the scale is a paint color, whereas being your best physical shape is the foundation you built the house upon. Exactly. So with me thinking, okay, goal weight is part of this big picture goal, it is so much easier to motivate myself to go for that big picture goal. Because here's the truth. Once you hit your goal weight, if that's the goal that you're going for, you all of a sudden don't have anything to work for anymore. And for me, that's what knocked me off track. That's what let me give in. And I mean, I got into it on Tuesday, and I'll get into it in the video that's going up Monday, about what really happened and what triggered me to gain the weight back. But the fact that I didn't have the goal anymore didn't help. Like once you hit maintenance mode, you sit there and you're like, well, now what? Now what happens? Because the reality is you don't have your goal is no longer to get that number on the scale to go down. It's to make it not go anywhere, which is very, very weird. It's very weird. Since the last 90 days started October 1st, I've lost 6 pounds. That is awesome, Barb. Good for you. I'm so glad the last 90 days is working for you. I've just been doing this. Because I have days of awesome, and then I have, weeks where I eat like a jerk, like I said. So what I'm doing right now, though, is hydrating. That is something I'm good at 90% of the time. 90% of the time. But I am, so with my goals, I got the 3 mini goals, right? Goal weight. And then there's the 3 action items. I wasn't quite sure how to put action items on this, so I kind of broke down things a little bit further. So for goal weight, one of my action items is a body fat percentage of less than 30% according to my scale. I have a Yunmai digital scale that syncs up to your phone. It's got those goofy metal plates on it, and it supposedly tells you your body fat percentage. Supposedly. I don't know if it's accurate or not, which is why I specified to my scale. If I can get my scale to tell me my body fat percentage is less than 30, great. What is interesting is I do have break into the 150s on there, but I'm very curious to know how things will change if I strive for that body fat percentage as opposed to a number on the scale, because that's going to be two completely different things. And what if I get to, 30 or 25% body fat and I weigh 160 pounds? I don't know if that's like mathematically possible, but you get what I'm saying? What if like I get down to it, and because the weight is no longer the goal here, what if I decide that my body is kicking at X percentage of body fat and it's a weight that's not ideal? Am I still at goal weight? Probably. So that seems pretty interesting. I did write down as a mini goal, break into the 150s underneath goal weight. Hi, Suki. Good to see you. And my mini goal number 2, which I just think would be fun to work for. I don't know if I'll get to achieve it, but it'll be fun to work for, is I have defined ab muscles. So like you can see the abs hiding under there. Audrey, hello. And underneath that, for starting steps for I have defined ab muscles, I wrote down as a goal to do a monthly ab challenge. Like those goofy like 30-day calendars that are like progressive planks or progressive number of crunches or some monthly ab challenge daily thing. I put that on there because that's something you can do. That is something you can do that's simple and works exclusively your core, which takes you a couple steps closer to the defined ab muscles. However, you got to lower that body fat in order to see them. Who knows? I could already have something defined underneath there, but you just can't see it underneath the roll that's hanging on top of it. Once we get back to normal, I'm going to be keeping very close track of body fat percent. Carry my weight in my middle. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I carry my weight down lower, like the love handle area, which I find interesting and infuriating because I didn't have kids, so I didn't even like jack up that area at all. It's just where I go naturally. And I understand that like women who've had babies and stretch that out, like that makes sense in my mind. But so for me, I'd be like, that part should still be nice and tight, but that area, that love handle area is where all my weight goes, which makes me so angry. And really, really jacks up shirt sizing for me too. Like the way my body is structured is very, very strange and makes clothes shopping very difficult. And it doesn't help that clothes sizes are jacked up in general. Like at graceandlace.com, which is one of like in a perfect world, all of my clothes would be from Grace and Lace. I adore the style of Grace and Lace. And however, they don't have a storefront and you have to pay for shipping for returns. So it's not ideal to not buy your size. But through trial and error, I have discovered that I am a medium in their bottoms and I can be an extra small that, remember that, I have like this t-shirt it's white background with like some green floral on it. And I tend to wear it with a green sweater. Those are both Grace and Lace pieces. That flowy, loose shirt is an extra small. I am not an extra small. I'm 170 pounds. I am not an extra small. Why do I fit into an extra small? Why? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't remember what got me. Oh, so like, I don't know what it is about my body that's like, here, an extra small shirt is too big on you, but you need, anywhere between a size 6 and a size 10 pant. Over it. I went to Target today because they had a couple of things on Target Cartwheel for like a New Day brand shirts and dresses. All dresses were 20% off. And so I was like, oh, let's go look. I was so frustrated with the way that everything fit because everything fit differently. Some things were too big. This is a size small, and it is huge on me. Same brand, size large tank top, and I was like, not perfect. So I came home with nothing. I got some steps in, though. Rachel's here. Explain the Christmas card exchange, please. Yeah, this Christmas card exchange has been going real well, my friends. Real well. So the Christmas card exchange is just like I say in the video, and Rachel, you can go and find that video. It's a handful of videos back. I explain the whole thing. You send me a Christmas card, I send one back. Just make sure there is a return address label on your Christmas card so I know where to send it. But I think I sent 13 Christmas cards today. Which was a whole lot of fun because I got to bust out the Christmas stamps, the Christmas return address labels that I got custom made, and the Christmas cards, obviously, which were all beautiful. Like I sit there and I'm like, which pretty card should I send to this person? Because they're all gorgeous. They're all absolutely gorgeous. I love them. So those of you that have sent Christmas cards already, your Christmas card is on the way. I wanted to get it out before I left for vacation. And then I'm going to go to my P.O. box either today or tomorrow and see if anything else could come in and try and answer that before we leave. Might not happen, but I'm going to try. Is there a good home scale that anyone mentioned? So I use a scale called the Yunmai, Yunmai. That is the scale that I use. I got it on Amazon. It was like $50. And it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It does. Is it completely accurate? I have absolutely no idea. I would really love to see, and of course I know nobody here, but like I would love to find somebody who weighs the exact same as me but has a completely different body type, throw us both on the scale and see what number it shoots out for the body fat percentage. Because our body fat percentages should probably be different. But I have no way of knowing. I have absolutely no way of knowing. I'm in surgical menopause and now I have a tiny beer belly. Wish all clothing manufacturers would just use measurements. I don't care. Yeah, so we get a better idea. Exactly. I just wish that I was one size. I don't care if the size is extra large, as long as it's the same size. If I can walk into any store, pick up that one size or that one number and know it was going to fit me, it'd be the best day ever. It'd be the best day ever, in my opinion. All right. So that's all I had. That's really all I had. So what do you guys, what are your plans for next week? We start traveling Sunday, and I don't know if you saw this on Instagram. I posted this on Instagram today, but I'm kind of very excited that we are traveling on Sunday. Unfortunately, we get back Saturday, but do you see those snowflakes at the bottom of the week? Come on. So at least we missed the beginning of what will be snow for days, apparently. We close on a house and then hit the road for hubby's family's house. You're closing on your house. That's so exciting. Where is hubby's family again? Are they back in Wisconsin? Are you just coming on back? Pennsylvania. Okay. I heard a great Turkey Day hint. Make islands of the special food, not continents. I like that. Make islands of the special foods, not continents. Yeah. What is your approach for Thanksgiving? You are so lucky to be going to sunny Florida. We have so much rain. There's no guarantee that we won't have rain, though, Audrey. And I had that thought as I was. Sorry, Starbucks sent me a notification about free drinks, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? Let me see if I can find the weather where I'm going. So I'm sitting there, and as I did a 5K yesterday in 30-degree weather. I didn't run, I walked, but I wanted to test run it because I knew I was doing one next week. And oh no, it looks like it's gonna be sunny, or at least partly sunny. Whew. And I was like, oh, it's gonna be so exciting because it's gonna be hot and sunny and amazing. And then I realized like it could still rain and be a totally crappy day to do this 5K. It's absolutely possible. And I'm not going to be any better at doing a 5K when I'm dripping wet than when I'm freezing cold. Doesn't matter if it's 80 degrees outside. But it looks like our weather should be halfway decent. So that's good. The flooding is the worst. Where I lived before, I used to get flooding quite a bit, which was rough sometimes. At least once a summer, there was like epic flood, closing the roads, all that jazz. It was awful, absolutely awful. There was one time that it happened when we lived in the condo that I actually took Gracie and put her over at my parents' house before I started running errands on the off chance I couldn't get back home to her. Then at least she'd be at my parents' house and it would be fine and she'd be taken care of even if I couldn't get into the house. So flooding is absolutely no fun. You know what else is not going to be fun for the poor dog is flying, which she gets to do on Sunday. She's going to hate it. She's going to hate it. It's going to be a rough couple days for Gracie. I got to give her a bath today, and then we got to fly, and we're going to really jack things up when we have to leave the house at like 4:30 in the morning, so we won't really get to sleep. And oh man, this poor dog. If she didn't have anxiety before, she's going to have anxiety by the time we get to Florida. And then she gets to be there for a couple days, and then my sister-in-law comes and is bringing her dog, who we've never met before. So at least Gracie will have a friend if she decides that she's going to get along. So yeah. What else? Did I mention, for those of you that came after I mentioned my weigh-in, I was up a pound because I ate like a jerk and totally deserved it. Because that is what it is. It is what it is. And the worst part about this is, guess when I'm supposed to be PMSing? Just guess. Just guess. Take a wild guess. When does Brianna get to PMS for the month of November? Anybody? Anybody typing fast enough? I don't know. But I can guarantee you it is the worst possible time of this month for me to be set to be like, oh, you're hormonal and grumpy and want to eat all the food and are ravenously hungry. How convenient that it's going to be when there's going to be a crap ton of food around. When I saw that on the calendar, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Which means it's going to be so much harder. And next week, bingo. And it's like down to the day, I think, which is infuriating. Looking at 9 days until next period. Yeah, so December 1st, according to my chart. So yeah, like I should start on Thanksgiving Day. That's, really good news, right? I bought it back in May. It was $40. It's sure worth it for $16. Nice. Your video today was amazing. Oh, thank you. I hope it was helpful. I've been trying to figure out what kind of things to post lately. And that just came to me. It's like, I'm like, what kind of, because I don't want to keep drilling people on this exact same topic. Like weight loss tips for this, weight loss tips for this, weight loss tips for this. They're all the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I said in my last one, like every single video that I do that talks about anything that healthfully that you can do for your body is going to contain drink water, because that is one of the most essential things that you need to do for your body. And eventually, if I keep doing stuff like that, like everybody wants to know how to lose weight fast. Everybody wants to, it drives me crazy when people want to learn how to lose weight fast. But all the tips are the same, So I was like, what else is helpful to know? And the way that my husband and I have been grocery shopping lately, I've literally just been going to the store for the same stuff over and over and over again. Like it feels like every couple of days, he's like, we're out of eggs. Like I literally just bought eggs. We're out of lunch meat. And so it got me thinking, like, this is the stuff we buy a bajillion times a month. What are the things that we use all the time? Because there's a reason we buy them a bajillion times a month. It's because those are the foods that we cycle through like crazy. Sure, the seasonal stuff is fun and the Trader Joe's hauls are fun, but what's really important is the staples that you keep in your house all the time. What is the secret formula for the healthy diet? And it's all of the stuff that you normally have in your house. And I'll be quite frank, if I had the self-control to not bring any of the fun stuff in the house, and we lived exclusively off of my grocery list, weight loss wouldn't be a problem. Because that list of 25 items that I gave you is solid. It is absolutely solid. And there's one thing, bonus item, number 26, that I feel like I should have put on there because half is a joke and half because it's dead serious, but I forgot to put coffee on there. Coffee is a life essential. We eat many of the same things. When Flo finally left the building, I did cartwheels. I don't miss her. I it's one of those things that, like, I understand that I need her for the proper hormonal balance of somebody my age. I get that. But at the same time, I'm never going to use her for the sole purpose of her existence. Never. So it's literally every month it's just like you're still good. Like, it's a little signal that nothing funky has happened after my husband's operation. But like every month I'm sitting here, I'm like, I go through this misery every single month for nothing. No reason. Just because I have to. Which is, only a little bitter about it. But the fact that everything happens the way it's supposed to, the fact that I PMS like a horribly, which I'm really sad about because that's natural. I'm all natural. There's no hormones helping me here now. But the fact that I do that, and the fact that it pretty much shows up like clockwork, and all of that means that things are running the way they're supposed to in my body, which is good. And I'd rather have an indicator that things are moving and things are happening the way they're supposed to be happening, rather than there being a problem. So, hello, Lisa. Happy Friday. Ah, yes, it is in fact Friday. There's just so much happening. Like, it's the beginning of oh crap season for me. Like, it's going down. Like, I called my mom to tell her my travel plans, and then we talked about Christmas travel plans and plans for actual Christmas, and it's all chaos. It's all completely chaos from now until January 4th, which is my anniversary. Like, it's going to be out of control, and it's going to be a miracle if I can keep up with doing all of my Diva and the Divine stuff and do all of the holiday stuff. Because now that we don't live in Chicago anymore, we have to travel for not one, but 2 holidays, which I'm not at all excited about. I really liked being able to, hi, Richie. I really liked not being able, or being able to go home on whatever Thanksgiving or Christmas, because I was usually singing at church, which, fun fact, you guys, I'm on the schedule at my old church to sing for Christmas Eve. And I'm so excited. Like, I literally, the notification came in from the app that they use to schedule saying you have been requested to serve on Christmas Eve. I literally teared up with tears of joy because I haven't been on that stage. So I haven't been on any stage leading worship since we've moved. And I get to do it on Christmas Eve. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I get to go home. I get to go home to my church. And we've been church shopping, and we went to one last weekend that has a lot of potential. We're not willing to commit, but my husband and I looked at each other and we were like, maybe. Actually, we'll come back. We'll see. We talked about getting involved and all the different opportunities there were. And so there's potential there, but at the same time, none of it's felt like home yet. None of it, absolutely none of it. And I get to go home and I get to do what I love. And I'm so excited. But that also means that I've got 2 days of rehearsals that I have to go to. And oh my word, it's just going to be chaos. It's going to be joy. It's going to be so joyful. But I really liked, at least for one thing, either Thanksgiving or Christmas Eve, like being able to just go home. And, and sleep in my bed and not have to worry about anything. And then, it's Christmas morning. Let's go to my parents' house, pack up the dog, and drive 10 minutes. And we don't have that anymore. And it makes me very sad because I hate traveling so much. My HRT meds are my friend. No hot flashes and no mood swings. Huh. I'm so unprepared for it to be holiday time. I'd like to skip right to half. Oh man. It's, yeah, I can't believe that it's already, like, Thanksgiving is less than a week away. By this time next week, Thanksgiving is over. And, like, Christmas season is, boom, it's here. About 98% we found our church here. Oh, that's so exciting. We walked in and it clicked. Worship was so good. The message was even better. No distractions. Oh, yes, that's the best feeling. That's kind of how we felt about this new place. It was really interesting because it was weird because we go to like the non-denominational like rock band worship team type stuff, but this one actually took place in an actual church, like an actual chapel with an organ and everything, but they still had the setup so the band could do their thing. And it was then there were pews and not chairs, and this is one of the first churches like that I've seen actually take place in a church. So they clearly bought the building from a different denomination. Can you record and post your church eve worship? That is a great question. Technically, there are recordings of all of them, but they are for the performers so that we can like look at it and see what we did well, see what we didn't do well. The audio version's not exceptionally good or anything. What I will try and do is if I have any like really cool moments or something, I'll see if Eric can record them, or if a friend, whoever ends up being in the audience, I don't even know who's going to be in the congregation on Christmas Eve. I don't know who's in town and who's not. I'll see if they can record something, but or I will ask and see if it's okay, but usually we don't throw that up. You can see the sermons every week. You can see the sermons at that church, which are exceptional. The sermons at the bridge are wonderful, and I highly recommend if you're looking for sermons to listen to, the bridge, all of the pastors at the bridge are excellent preachers. And the son, it's a father-son duo, are the lead pastors. And the son actually has a podcast, and all of his sermons just get sent to audio podcast as well, which is really great for on the go if you don't want to watch video. But they're doing a really interesting series right now, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to go back home. So that's, even though I'm like miffed that I have to travel for Christmas, for the first time in a long time, like it means something to go home for Christmas. Like we're staying with my grandparents, which is really cool. And we're having Christmas Eve dinner at my grandparents' house, which is awesome because that means Eric and I don't have to go anywhere. And then I just learned yesterday that my youngest cousin, this is such a mind screw, my youngest cousin is playing Santa Claus for the two kids that are going to be there. My grandfather bought him a legit Santa suit because this is what used to happen to us when we were kids. On Christmas Eve, we were always at Grandpa's house, always at Grandpa and Grandma's house. And after Christmas Eve worship and whatnot, and then because we all went to the same Lutheran church that I grew up in and just left a year and a half ago. And so we'd go to the 4:00 worship service, and then my aunt and uncle and my cousins who lived about 40 minutes away out in the city that my grandpa lives in now, they'd finish their mass. We'd all go to Grandpa's house, which was literally 2 minutes away from our church. We'd have dinner, we'd open presents, and then when we were all kids, Santa Claus would always show up at the door. And some years it was my great uncle. Some years I have absolutely no idea who it was. But Santa Claus always showed up. And I am the person who, if a little child asks me if Santa Claus exists, don't judge me, I will say Santa Claus still brings me presents. So he absolutely does exist, because Santa Claus still brings me presents. That's not a lie. Every year something says from Santa Claus on it. So I can say that is the case. But Santa Claus showed up when we were kids at my grandpa's house every year. And this year, my baby cousin, the youngest of all 6 of us, has taken on the task on behalf of my grandfather to show up as as Santa Claus for Alice, who's the only kid that's actually going to care, and it might freak her out. And our baby cousin, my oldest cousin's daughter, Josie, who's like a year old, I think. So it's really going to be for Alice and for photo opportunities and for all of us to laugh our butts off at my cousin. But so like as I was thinking about that, and like, it's just so nice to go home for Christmas. Oh, it's going to be wonderful. But it's a whole lot of stuff happening very, very fast. Very fast, because I actually had to wrap Christmas presents yesterday, and this conversation has turned into nothing about weight loss. So if you guys have an actual topic you want to talk about, shoot it at me. When my oldest was 5, she asked if Santa was real and then gave me a list of reasons why she didn't think it was possible. Oh, that's amazing. I hope there are no children around. Should I not be talking about Santa Claus? Please, someone tell me. Especially you, Lindsay. Is it safe to talk about Santa Claus? Because if it's not, I'll stop. I want to be safe. I don't want to be that person. Safe to talk. Great. I figured out that Santa Claus wasn't real because I'm clever, and I acknowledged the fact that Santa Claus and my mother had the same handwriting on the gift labels. I was smart enough to keep my mouth shut about it, but I noticed. I was like, wait a second. This handwriting looks an awful lot like Mom's. Yep. That's I don't remember how old I was when I put that together, but like I said, I still tell people that Santa Claus is real because Santa still brings me gifts, so it doesn't really matter. But that's how I figured it out. That is 100% how I figured it out. I don't know how my sisters figured it out, but that's how I figured it out. Because I didn't tell them. I'm 95% sure I didn't tell them. Because I vividly remember having that conversation with a little girl at church. All those kids are subjected to keeping our parents' secrets for the sake of the younger siblings. Yep. And I'm no dummy. If I don't believe in Santa, he's not going to bring me anything. You know? And sometimes he brings some cute little knickknacks. New movies or new something. So I'm no dummy. Yeah. But yeah, it does. It's going to be a picture perfect holiday. I hope. I made an appointment with my hair girl. I texted her today. I said, please tell me you have an availability the week of Christmas. I don't care if it's before Christmas, but I need your girl. And I sent her a picture of this. She's like, whoa, we need to tame that mane. I'm like, you think? I haven't had my hair touched since the end of June. Oh my word. Is there any special food or treats you have for Thanksgiving or Christmas and are looking forward to? Yes. My sister-in-law's sweet potato casserole is the greatest thing on the Thanksgiving table. The greatest thing. So that will be absolutely awesome to have that. And I've made it before, but for whatever reason, I can't make it as good as Kristen can. And Kristen's going to be there. So Kristen gets to make the casserole and I get to help her. But I'm going to have to take notes because ever since I started having the sweet potato casserole, I've been bringing it to my family's Thanksgivings. So for I think the last 2 years or so, I brought it on, I brought the recipe and it was good, but it never turns out like hers does. It tastes the same, but the consistency ends up being different. And I mean, it's going to taste good no matter what happens as long as you cook it through because it's literally sweet potatoes, a crap ton of butter, and a crap ton of sugar. There's no way you can screw it up to the point that it doesn't taste good. But just getting everything to crisp right and it never turns out the right way. But that is hands it should be on the dessert table, not the dinner table type of sweet potato casserole. We don't do marshmallows. The topping on this sweet potato casserole is flour, butter, brown sugar. Brown sugar? I think that's right. Brown sugar. Crumbled up together to make a crisp. And then if you want, you can put pecans on top of it. There ain't no marshmallows here. It's straight. Well, I guess marshmallows are straight up sugar too. But yeah, that's my favorite thing. For Christmas, I don't know. I really don't know. First of all, I don't know what we're having. Second of all, my sister, Christina, you guys know her, normally cooks, and she's the one who had the gastric bypass surgery and now can't eat a whole lot, which is actually really good news because the odds of there being high protein and really lean stuff on the dinner table is a lot higher now that she is in that situation where she has to eat very specific things. So that works out really great for me, actually. At Christmas, Marilyn, who is my grandfather's not wife, but there's a ring, so wife person. I call her my grandma because it's easier. But Marilyn so my grandfather always makes these cornflake cookies, and they're in the form of wreaths. So he dyes them green. They're wicked green. And they're just Rice Krispie treats, but made with cornflakes instead of Rice Krispies. And he puts 2 little cinnamon red hots. I don't know why they're his thing. My grandma always did all of the cooking. and all of the baking, but my grandfather makes those wreath cookies, and my cousins and I, we all love them. Like, we would hunt them down in the house if we knew he made them. Love them. And we knew where all of his cookie hiding places were, up in the front closet. Oh, now I'm flashing back because he hasn't lived in that house in a handful of years. Up in the front closet, like every Christmas Eve we had up until the couple recent years was in that house that he sold not too long ago. So like Christmas Eve is a very vivid memory of the same routine every single year, just us getting a little bit older every year, but we did the exact same thing every year. And we'd have like green tongues because there's so much dye in these cookies, and they're nothing that tastes well, I mean, they taste spectacular, but they're Rice Krispie treats, the same recipe, just with cornflakes, and they're so good. So Grandpa makes those, and Marilyn started making, they're the easiest things ever. She takes Ritz crackers, dips them in melted chocolate, so they're chocolate covered, and then sprinkles them with crushed up candy canes. And I'll be darned if those aren't the most addicting, stupid little cracker cookie things that you could ever eat. Like, so good. Chocolate covered Ritz crackers. Who knew? And now Ritz sells stuff like that, but you can make them. Marilyn makes them every year, and they are so good. They are so good. So apparently I'm into Christmas cookies for Christmas time. But in terms of like dinner, we usually do just like a ham dinner, like the typical stuff, you know? So there's nothing that I really am super psyched about in terms of food for Christmas. I've been really loving too much, which is one of the reasons I've been eating like a jerk. The Lindor truffles I bought, you guys know, which they're no longer up here. I had to condemn them all to downstairs, so I would have to go down a flight of stairs to get one. But they have a mint Christmas cookie or mint cookie crisp or something. So they have like the white peppermint bark one, which is like the white and red wrapper. But then they have one that's in a Christmassy green wrapper. That's to die for. That is definitely worth trying. Just so you know. So I've been like, the sweet treats are what gets me at Christmas time. People making homemade Christmas cookies that you don't make. Like Grandpa makes those once a year. Marilyn makes those once a year. Like, I know you could make them anytime, but and the Christmas tree cake. Oh, we get to eat Christmas tree cake. So my grandma, who died of cancer 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago. No, 10 years ago? No, almost 10 years ago. 10 years ago, this coming January. She made this Christmas tree cake, which maybe if you guys are interested, maybe I'll do a video on it because I know we're going to end up making it at my grandpa's house. And it's so easy. It is so easy. It's vanilla wafer cookies, like Nilla wafers, right? You take Nilla wafers, and then you do two different types of whipped cream. You home make whipped cream, like in the cold metal bowl with the cold beaters. You do the whipping cream with a little bit of vanilla. You make homemade whipped cream. You take that batch of homemade whipped cream, and you lay out your cookies to look like a Christmas tree on your platter, and you put a dollop of whipped cream on each cookie. And then you put another layer of cookies, so it still looks like a Christmas tree. And you put another dollop of whipped cream. You literally just layer it. Cookies, whipped cream, cookies, whipped cream, cookies, whipped cream, cookies, until you run out of cookies. We usually do 2 boxes of cookies. Then you let it sit for an entire day. So we do this on the 23rd. You let it sit for an entire day in the refrigerator. And then, do we do that? No, I think we frost it first. That sounds right. So you got the real whipped cream in the middle of the cookies. Then, I don't know why we just don't use real whipped cream the whole time. You use a tub of Cool Whip to frost the outside of it. I don't know why. This is how Grandma always did it for our entire lives. Literally since Christmas number 1 for me, she did this. So you've got the real whipped cream in between the layers, and then you frost the whole thing in Cool Whip. Okay. Then you set it in the refrigerator. Or in the case of my grandparents' house, they had a sunroom that wasn't heated. So in the dead of winter in Chicago, they just put all of the refrigerated cookies and stuff out in the sunroom. And you let it sit all day. And then you like use that aerosol dye that can't possibly be any good for you to spray it green. And you put some sprinkles on it. But what happens overnight is the Nilla wafers absorb the moisture from the whipped cream and the Cool Whip. and they turn into like a cake-like consistency. It is so stupidly simple, but so good. And Christmas is not complete without this cake. It is so good. So good. So we have that. Again, it's a sweet treat, and it's all stemming from Christmas Eve at my grandparents' house. I'll believe a lot of things if it means a diamond necklace winds up in my stocking. Mom makes a ton of candies every year. It's impossible to keep out of the mint chocolate truffles. Oh, mint chocolate. Looking forward to having, and my sister's, my mom's candied sweet potatoes made with orange juice, butter, and brown sugar. Huh. I've never heard of the orange juice. That's interesting, but I could totally see it. I'm just going to wire my mouth shut between now and January. Preach it, man. I said this in Tuesday's video, and I say it in the video going up on Monday, but I'll say it again. There was a time. I have the proof on my weight loss trackers. When I was at goal weight, I sustained that goal weight. Like, I weighed in on November something or other at 135 pounds, and I weighed in like January 8th or something at 135 pounds on the nose. I maintained the entire Christmas season. When I saw that, you should have seen me. I don't know how many of you were on repeat here, but you should have seen me. I was furious with myself when I was actually analyzing my trackers earlier this week. I did that on Tuesday. And I was like, so you mean to tell me, Brianna, that you can, in fact, maintain your weight during the holiday season? You can do it. At the lowest weight, when you were burning the least amount of calories, you can do it. So what happened every year since then? Where can I sign up for that treatment? I might need it, right? Oh my gosh. So that was a very long-winded answer to your question, Barb, but it was a good holiday-related question. I don't know. And now's the time to ask. If we're not doing anything on Friday and the internet connection is working well, I'll hop on here on Friday. There will obviously be no weigh-in because I won't even have, A, it's the day after Thanksgiving, and that's basically self-sabotage. And B, it won't be my scale. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not entirely sure my in-laws have a scale that works to begin with. And two, if it does work, it will likely not be calibrated the same way mine is, and I like to weigh in on the same scale, so I'm just not going to weigh in next week. My WW anniversary is 1/1. I was hoping to be at goal, coming to the realization that's not going to happen. You know what? That's fine. Are you going to be able to clock in less than you did last year? Because that's progress. Baby's awake, gotta run. All right, Lindsay. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, it was so good to see your name pop up and have you hang out with us for a while. If I don't talk to you beforehand, happy Thanksgiving. And safe travels. All the travels. Oh, so much travel. Anyway, my friends, anybody else have any questions? Comments? Concerns? I got nothing creative. I decided to hop on here early just because I got home from my completely pointless Target run. Pointless. Never in my life have I gone to Target and not walked out with something. Never. Until today. I'm so close. If you're so close, that means you still made progress this year, Lisa, and that's amazing. It's both, in my opinion, I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted because I think the UPS man's supposed to show up today, so every movement I see outside my window, I think it's the truck, and it gets me all excited. It's both a good and bad thing to have a timeline on your goals. Weight is a very, very hard one because your body, especially as a woman, your body can do some stupid things to you to sabotage that time goal. So I personally think in terms of like my goal in 2019 or 2020, I clearly need another cup of coffee. I have been drinking Holiday Blend. But you can buy vintage Christmas blend. Someone tell me how that's different. I've been drinking Christmas coffee, and it's been making my heart very happy. Anyway, see, I told, forgive me, my friends. This is real life. You can tell that this hot mess is not at all perfect. So I have goal weight on there, but I don't have a number on there. So I don't even know what my goal is, but my goal in getting to the best shape of my life hopefully will knock me down there So, as long as I don't end next year at the same weight that I am this year and the scale went down and not up, I'm going to consider it an epic win. Epic win. So you should be very, very proud of the fact that you are that close to goal. And you know what? Maybe the thing to do, it's, obviously entirely up to you, but I don't know if you are somebody that stresses about the holiday season, maybe you should consider switching into maintenance mode for the next handful of weeks till the end of the year, right? Because then at least you don't go up. Like, don't make your focus going down unless you think you can. Unless you think you can, and or if you go down the next couple of weeks, but then Christmas hits and you go up, you won't get frustrated. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to prevent the frustration that might cause you to backwards spiral. If you consider, going on maintenance mode, and then once the first hits, get rid of those last 13 pounds, that might help your momentum, your motivation. Entirely up to you. I would love to lose during the holiday season. I really would. My focus is going to be, I don't know what my focus, I haven't even decided what my approach is going to be yet. That would probably be a really good video for me to film, huh? My approach to the holiday season. Because part of me is like, I want to track something on. So my approach, my concern is when I'm traveling, because when I'm traveling, there's a lot that is not in my control. There's a lot that is not in my control. We have workouts planned for when we're in Florida, and now I have Beachbody, which means as long as I have my computer with me, I have a way to work out in the living room with no equipment if I don't need it, if I don't want any. So that is very, very good. It's the food that is more of an issue. And I already texted my mother-in-law and I'm like, you have a blender, right? If I wanted to make smoothies, I could do that. So I'm bringing packets of protein powder. And the only thing I don't have is my fiber powder. Shoot. I wonder if I can get some of that mailed to the house or something, because I'm that person that would do that. But like my goal would be maybe have a smoothie a couple times, or, try and stick to as much normal as I can. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't end up in the house, or, there are 4 kids home instead of just me, what if we all eat the eggs and we run out, or then we go out for dinners and meals all the time when we're down in Florida. So it's one of those things that, like, how I'm going to track everything to the best of my ability. But at the same time, I need to not be heartbroken if I don't lose. I need the goal to be to not gain. I still like to lose, but going to try not to stress over it. And now my big run in Vegas is over. I need no one to shoot for. I haven't done a lick of exercise since I get home Monday. Okay. So Lissa, who's usually here but is not, I don't know if she's actually going to do it, but she proposed it to me, of me letting her know when I was doing the turkey trot on Thursday morning, and having people do it with me. So like she wants to go to the gym and hop on a treadmill and run or walk, whatever, a 5K the same time I'm doing mine. So if you haven't found a turkey trot, but you want to get up and do a turkey trot or something, do a 5K, I am more than happy to be like, hey guys, mine starts at this time, come and run with me or walk with me. You could obviously run. I will be walking, but just as something, just as something, then we can, solidarity, we can all do it together. That might be fun, because I'm signed up and paid for it, so I have to do it. And do a 5K at the park. Great. Do you follow me on Instagram? I need you to message me on Instagram so I can tell you, like, message you and be like, hey, it's happening at this time. And if I remember, someone on Tuesday night, if the live stream happens, if the internet's cooperating, remind me to tell you guys what time it is on Thursday morning, because then we can all go together. That would be really fun. So Audrey's in. Audrey, what time is, how far ahead are you? Because I think, actually, you know what? Let me look and see what time the turkey trot starts. Because I think this would be a lot of fun. Palm City Turkey Trot. Here we go. Does it seriously not tell? 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. All right. So it's 7:30 a.m. Eastern time is when it starts. So supposedly. Leslie has a 3.2 walk video. Hey, there you go. You could even do the 5K right with me on it at home. That would be really cool. So on Thursday morning, 7:30 a.m., you're 6 hours ahead. 7:30, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. So 1:30 p.m. for you, Audrey. If you decided to go on a 5K, you'd be doing it at the exact same time as me. Oh, this would be so fun if we could do it together. I'll have my phone with me. You guys will have to shoot me pictures and messages and stuff. That would be so fun. Then I won't feel like I'm alone because everybody who's coming with me is going to be running and abandon me anyway. So I'll be alone, walking with just me and my headphones. So it'd be really cool to have other people walking with me. And then, whether or not you celebrate Thanksgiving, I don't know if Thursday is just another Thursday for you over there in Ireland, Audrey, but yeah, then we all will have worked out first thing in the morning on Thanksgiving. That sounds like so much fun. We should do that. Yes. Oh, how exciting. That's really cool. Okay. So anybody who wants the 411 or what, we can create a little group chat. Oh, that might be fun too. Okay. Now I'm thinking I'm going to do this right now, which is really annoying to do on the live, but I'm going to go on Instagram and I'm going to put up a story right now that says, 5K turkey trot chat roll. And then I'll put for people who want to join me, and I'll put the chat button. Click the chat button and in that story on Diva and the Divine Story, click the chat button, and then it will throw us all in a chat room together. That way, on Thursday, we can all be messaging one another in the same chat. Does that sound good? I'm literally gonna do it right now. 5K turkey trot chat roll. Join this if you're joining me virtually on Thursday morning. All right, give it a second, guys, and then head over to Instagram. We're gonna put the little chat button. There it is. Turkey trot chat. Other people are going to be like, what the frick are you talking about, Brianna? All right, ready? There it is. Boom. It's published. So what you'll do is go and click on that, and then I have to approve you, and then we'll be in, and it'll be awesome. What time? I'm on the west coast of Florida, so same time. We're going to be on the east coast of Florida. So same time, 7:30 in the morning. 7:30 a.m. And I will confirm that with you guys the day of or the night before. Someone will have to message me and remind me. We don't have Thanksgiving here, but it may be amazing to do a 5K with you all. Yeah, that would be so much fun. I am so pumped, you guys. That totally worth hopping online this Friday, sunny Friday. I almost said Friday morning. It's not morning, although apparently I feel like I need more coffees. But yeah, so let's do the 5K together. That would be really cool. Bonus if you're in on my step bet, because it's going to get you way ahead on your step bet steps for that day too. And yeah, so that's that. I'm up a pound, but I don't particularly care today because I deserved it. And so I can't even be mad about it. And that's the way in. And now I'm really pumped about this 5K that we're all going to do together. And on that note, I have not one, not two, but 3 videos that I need to edit. Because my goal, if I'm please be a good businesswoman, Brianna. Please be a good businesswoman. I have all of my content for next week filmed already. If I'm smart, I can have it all uploaded and published and scheduled before I leave on my trip. That's the goal. I get an extra 2 hours to sleep. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So go ahead and join that chat roll on Instagram, and oh, it'll be so fun. I'm so excited. And on that note, I'm going to head out and get some work done and make some coffee and start packing my bags. Oh, I hate packing. What is your least favorite part of traveling? Mine is packing. I don't care if the destination I'm going to is the most exciting thing in the entire world. I will despise packing for it. So I get to go pack today too. Exciting. But thanks for hanging out with me for an hour, you guys. It makes me so happy. It makes me feel so good that you guys actually find me no matter what time I'm on here. There's always a group of you that shows up, and you guys are my MVPs for real. And I really, really appreciate it. So I will hopefully, fingers crossed, I'd cross my fingers, but I can't. I literally can't do it. Thank you, CMT hands. Literally can't cross. I have to do this. Cross my fingers that I will have internet on Tuesday and be able to do a live stream. No guarantees. Friday's availability will be directly related to what my family is up to. And so that. And I'll see you guys next week. Happy Thanksgiving if I don't talk to you. And I'll say it again on Tuesday if I do talk to you. Have a great weekend.